Hey guys, so we're back here in the garage and unfortunately we're not working on this thing, but we're working on this. So what we've got going on here, it's jacked up on axle stands, wheels are off, and what we're going to be doing is stripping the whole rear end down, and also the main reason is the rear subframe isn't adjustable on a compact, so that's coming off because I think it's CYBOL from Poland, I believe. You can get fully adjustable ones from them. So I've ordered one of them about a month ago, so it's finally turned up, and we're going to be doing a little rear end refresh. So the rear subframe, mine now is Black Series Powerflex bushes, so I've bought them again to fit in the new subframe. So obviously we need to strip all of that down, exhaust off, diff out everything, and then reinstall the new stuff. So what I'm going to do for change is I'm going to do that, and then we will jump to the assembly. Hey guys, so it's the next day now. I'll just show you the progress that we've done so far. So that's the old subframe off and stripped. As you can see, you got the diff off both of the rear arms, and over here is our new adjustable one. And obviously we've got the Black Series subframe bushes. So as you can see, this thing is adjustable, so we should be able to sort out that nasty camber issue when you lower it. Okay, so here's our new adjustable subframe. First thing we're gonna do is tackle these bushes. So, if you've never done these before, I don't know if you can see there, turn it a bit, both sides is like a keyway there, and if you look in the rear subframe, let's try and hold it up, there's also, see them there, there's keyways in this, so that's the way they go in, and you want the flat lip here on the bottom of the subframe. So as they are, like that, and then you can hit them in, then hit these sleeves in, to them, and then literally them caps go on top, and that's it. So I'm going to get some gloves on. It comes with a tiny bit of assembly grease, so you can chuck them on the inside there, juice them up, and then a rubber mallet, and just tap them in. Okay, I can't find my rubber mallet to save my life, so I've got a little small lump hammer. Spin this around so it's more stable. I get some of this assembly, just smear it on the insides of these. Try and use about half per side. left on my gloves. Put on there. Sweet Jesus. I've got a rubber mallet and I push it in by hand. So. This one going. Good Lord. There we are. Right. I'm going to use a little bit I've got left to put on these sleeves. And they are a touch tighter, so we will tap them in. And basically, guys, that is how you install polyurethane bushes or upgraded bushes to your E30 or E36 compact rear beam. So okay. Right guys, now you've got one bolt in, you can knock this side around a bit, get the other bolt in, and then you're sorted. So guys, we have an absolute nightmare with these. One of the extractor tools snapped in there, and they're seized in pretty well. So what I'm going to do is try another technique. So I'm going to try and weld a nut to them and then screw them up that way. So guys, what we got here is another diff. So basically I had an absolute nightmare trying to get them two bolts that are stuck in there. It's actually the other side. So I bought another diff, which is they're pretty cheap. It was only £40, and this one is a slightly different ratio, so it should make the gears a bit longer, because with this diff, second gear, like Santa Pod or pretty much anywhere, the really big corner Santa Pod is on the limiter in second, but if I go to third, it hasn't got enough momentum and it just kind of spins a bit, bogs back to nothing and just rolls. So hopefully the gearing will be a bit better on that one. So what I've done already is just cleaned the old gasket off with a Stanley blade, a casing which has got the black Powerflex bush in it, and then I'm going to re-RTV it and assemble it. Gone with you as a sealer, it's the Permatex Ultra Black, so it's gasket maker, obviously auto resistant. So just gonna run a bead around here and then we're ready to put the casing on. This is going to go like that. So what you want to be doing now, after you've run your bead around, you want to set this on. Couple of the bolts in, and you just want to put these in snug just to spread the silicone bead across the surface that you want it, and then you leave it for an hour and then you tighten them down to the torque specs. Okay guys, so an hour has passed, so I am going to torque these bolts down to 45 Newton meters. Perfect. Self-explanatory now. What you want to do is 2 bolts at the top, 2 bolts either side, go there and there. So I've just got a bolt either side of here, just to hold them square. So now you can literally just riddle that in. Okay, right, now this is ready. I'll take the whole assembly over and I'm going to lift it up into the car. Okay, the tricky part here is I've got to align my drive shaft to the diff, and then once the 4 bolts, the drive shaft, are in the diff, then I can lift it up and put these and locate them on the pins, and then once they're on there, then it's just keep lifting it up, and then to the last mount, which is on the diff cover plate, and then that just goes onto a drop point on the chassis. So it's going to be a bit of messing around now. Just align this. Okay, just in here now, 18mm bolt, so you want to tighten that up, clamp that onto the diff, and then we are tight, we can get rid of the jack. Okay, that's tight. So that is everything we need to keep the subframe in. So we can take that away. Perfect. So what we need to do next is reattach the brake pipes. So as you can see, shiny boy, this little union got trashed. It was like corroded, so I basically had to cut it off, and I made a quick one out of copper. So I'm going to reattach that to there, and then we can get the springs back in, lift these up and attach the shocks. What I use for these is an adjustable, and then these little unions are 11mm. So pop that back through there, put the little spring on it, and then you want to start it off a couple of threads like so. And then that spring will pretty much hold it there for you. So then get your adjustable or your whatever you're using, and then just tighten these up. So it's a bit easier to do this without the spring in, because you've just got more room. She's almost done. Oh yeah, that's nice and snug. Pop that back in there. Okay, so we're going to put the spring back in now. Then we can use the jack again to lift it up. So the spring with a little helper, because I'm trying to lower the back of the car to meet my arches. I'm not sure if I need to take this last black ring off just to get it as almost as low as possible. But we shall see what happens when it's back together and on the floor. This up now. Okay. Drop a touch more. Okay, that's the bolt in here, so just going to take it in by hand. One of these 18mm. we are ready to throw a wheel on this side. Just going to make sure things are tight. Okay, now we can let that down off the jack. It doesn't move. So I'm going to repeat the process to the other side now, guys, and then we'll come back when we're putting my wheels on and actually dropping it back on the floor. Okay, last thing to do then, which I've gone ahead and done, is just tighten up the drive shaft bolts. Obviously I've snapped two, but because this is a new diff, I'm just going to buy the two and screw them in when they turn up, so you know, it won't make any difference in regards to being able to drive it. And then the last bit then, the sensor, and that's done. So what I need to do now is I've started setting these up, because obviously when you disconnect them you need to re-bleed the rear brakes. So with this I'm going to have to do that now, and then re-bleed my handbrake also. So guys, it's all back together. So I bled the brakes, refitted the rear rovers and the rear bumper. This is how she's sitting now. So guys, next on the list is to take the compactor out and get the rear camera and tow dialed in. I need to notch my top mounts on the front, because with the, I think I mentioned before, the HSDs, you can't adjust the camber without notching them, because one of the Allen key bolts is hidden under the strut top. So I've marked them, so I'm going to cut them out next time, just before I go and have the alignment done, and then we should all be ready for the next drift day. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.